Good morning. It's a lovely Monday, the 24th. I'm gonna try and not do accents because people will get on my case like, oh, you're not from New York, don't do that. Oh, you're not from Scotland, don't do that. You're not from Canada, don't do that. Well, sorry, I guess I can't help it. I'm sorry. Get that out of there. But you know, dipping my feet into doing big, booking readings with people because I do tarot read. I do read the cards. The cards, they speak to me, they speak through me. But I just want to do a community collective reading. So if this pops up in your your YouTube or whatever, your Facebook feed, like if a friend sends this to you or, what have you, this is for you in the moment where you're at, wherever you are, like whether it's a few months from now, a few years, like I hope that this finds you and I hope that this resonates and you hear what you need to hear. But I'm using the classic Raider Waite deck. I don't know how to pronounce it. I hear people pronounce it, but it's all made up, right? Like words, everything, all of us. It's just we're all living on a little rock, spinning very fast around a star that's also spinning very fast. It's very easy to get caught up in the grand scheme of things. In the grand scheme of things, we are all very small, but that doesn't make it doesn't make our hard times any less hard. It doesn't, oh, it's too many cards. Well, it's a big collective reading, and I think it's not too many cards. Let's see what we've got for you. Just go. Okay, so let's start with our first man. The Hanged Man is a guy, symbolically he's hung upside down from a tree and he's enlightened. He's got a halo. So you've been through it. If you're watching this in the year 2021, you've really been through it. Like we've been. Oh man, it's insane right now. Like you don't even get me started. Don't get me started on it. But you've suffered. And through this period of suffering, you have become, you've unearthed part of yourself. You've recognized that through the suffering can come enlightenment. Like that isn't to say that from all suffering comes enlightenment, because that's garbage. And I hate it when people are like, oh, your pain brings you knowledge. Like, no, it's just pain. That's all it is. And I can learn from it, but I don't have to, and I shouldn't have to. The next one we have is I'm gonna just fling everything off my desk. Just scooch you guys back a little bit. But we have the Two of Pentacles. Let me move this. Sorry, guys. The Two of Pentacles, and he's just a guy having fun on the beach. And we deserve to have a little bit of fun. It's very true. But also keep in mind that it's a balancing act. It's all a very fragile balancing act between, destruction and creation, life and death, and, nothing's black and white, nothing's good or evil. Like, I can't say that. I'm not the authority on that for sure, but everyone's got different aspects of themselves. So while you have learned, remember that you're always going to be learning. Like, you're never going to stop learning. That's the point of it all, right? Next, we've got the little guys, the Six of Cups, and it's sweet and it's very reminiscent. It takes me back to my childhood. My inner child was very much the kind of individual who ran around barefoot in the backyard or in any yard, picking flowers, eating wild onions and honeysuckle. That kind of. I was homeschooled. homeschooled in Mississippi because my mom didn't like the schools there. I'll tell you a little bit about my mom. She's a cool lady. But Six of Cups can call us back to our childhood, to remember the simple times, remember when we did, just stand out in the yard looking up at the sky and spinning just because it felt fun to do that. Like for a moment we could fly. And I'm sure some of you, like as a child, had a moment where you were like, I can fly. I can levitate. But when like you went to show someone you never could, you're not alone, if that brings you any comfort. Next, we've got the devil in reverse. And the devil, he is the mirror of the lovers, the corrupted lovers, if you want to call it that. I don't know. But in reverse, I'll just light it up there. In reverse, he calls on, beware of pettiness. So you've learned and you're going back to your childhood. You're returning to what makes you happy. Like what made 4-year-old you happy? Was it in a coloring book? Was it making daisy chain? Like what made you happy? Don't be while you're going into that childhood and throwing yourself back into that self of, celebrating everything that makes us human. Don't get sucked into the kind of, I don't like the word shameful. I'm not going to use that word, but the thing, like, how kids can sometimes be very mean or very small-hearted. I don't like saying that either, but like, don't be drawn into the small sides of childhood. Don't be angry that you don't get the green crayon at coloring time. Don't be upset that, someone cut you off in traffic. Like, what's it going to do? And don't cut people off in traffic. First of all, let's swing back to that. Let's not be petty. Don't cut people off in traffic. Don't ride their ass. Use your turn signal. Just remember that, we're all kids on the playground and we're all having a bad time right now. Everyone's hurting, and you kind of throwing a temper tantrum. I'm so sorry. Like getting into that talk, like, terrible twos. Don't be a terrible two. Like, I know it's hard. Here's the thing, toddlers, children, they are having a time of it and they always will. And I love children for it because they are learning and they are expected to act like adults right off the bat. And it's sad. They shouldn't have to, we don't expect children to act like adults because they're children. But you're an adult. I hope you're an adult watching this. You're an adult. You know that, it's not the end of the world that you're a couple minutes. It shouldn't be the end of the world that you're a couple minutes late to work. It shouldn't be the end of the world that, the ice cream machine at McDonald's is broken. If you're upset about that, do some research into why they're always broken and be grateful that the McDonald's employees don't want to give you poison. Okay? To move on from the devil, because he's in me. To move on from him, we've got the Ten of Cups. It's going to be okay. Like, at the end of it all, you're going to be under the rainbow, um, with your loved ones, whoever they are. The song "God Is a Woman," not by Ariana Grande. I'll link the song that's just started running through my head. But you know, things are scary, but you've come a long way, you've grown a lot, and everything's gonna be all right. You're gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. Um, but yeah, at the end of it all, take what resonated, leave what doesn't. I hope that wherever you are, whenever you are, this brought you a modicum of peace, brought you, maybe made you think, maybe think on like what you need to work on. Like, don't let the devil make you petty. Like, I will not get into my personal feelings on Lucifer, and you know, the idiosyncrasies, yeah, minutia of it all, but don't don't let yourself behave in a small manner because you're a big person. You've got a big heart, you've got a big soul, you got a big brain up here. I mean, we lost our extra teeth for this big brain. Use it. Use your big heart. Share your carrot sticks with somebody at the playground today. And I don't mean that in a sexual way. I just mean just be kind. At the end of the day, that's all I'm gonna say. Be kind to yourself, to others, but take no shit. Peace.